Hey everyone. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about how you can reduce the cost of your fulfillment services without hurting the quality of your fulfillment service with that 3PL. So here's how you can do it. So I recommend to brands that you look to renegotiate your rates with the 3PL that you're using on a yearly basis. So, right after holiday season in January, take a look back of your year, compile that information, and come back to your 3PL and look to negotiate your rates down. Or if you are really taking off with your brand and you're starting to do a significant amount of additional order volume from the time you signed your original contract, and what I consider, to be a significant order volume increase amount, 1,000 plus orders per month. If you have increased your order volume by that much on a consistent basis, could even be less depending on what the volume you were originally doing when you signed. But definitely, if you start to do more than 1,000 plus orders per month than what you were doing, go back to them and look to renegotiate rates to try and get better pricing. And here are the different rates that make most sense to try and renegotiate on. So one, this is one people typically don't think of, but it's probably the biggest one where you guys can save money is on carrier rate pricing. So what a lot of 3PLs will do is get these really good bulk volume negotiated rates with the big four carriers: DHL, DHL e-commerce, USPS, UPS, and FedEx. And what they'll do is they'll get these really good rates and they'll stack 10, 20, 30, 50% margin on top of those rates. And that is what you, as the brand owner, will end up paying. So go back to them and say, hey, are you guys stacking rates or margin into the carrier rates? If so, how much margin are you stacking? Get that answer. And if they're not giving you a clear answer, they're clearly stacking a lot of margin in there and they don't want you to know about that. And look to push to get it written into the contract that they will agree not to stack any margin on top of the carrier rates. So that's the first area I always tell brands to start with in the negotiation phase. Next, pick and pack pricing. So this is a really easy one to negotiate. Based off of the more volume that you guys start to do, and the less complex it is to fulfill for your company. And then, what ties into complexity is SKUs. So, even if you do have a high amount of SKUs or it is more complex, they're doing staging and kitting or something like that for you, you still have a bargaining chip. But the less complex you are, you have a large bargaining chip. For example, if you're doing, a couple thousand orders per month and you have 1 to 5 SKUs, and your item is under 10 pounds, under 15 pounds, whatever, just not huge, big and bulky, like it is not unreasonable to have a $1 pick fee plus 10, or $1 order fee plus 10 cents for each additional pick. And I tell people that sometimes and they just don't even realize that rates that are that good are out there, but they absolutely are. You just need to work with the right 3PL that has their operations optimized enough that they can offer you rates that are that competitive. Next, storage rates. So this is huge for some companies, especially companies that are taking up a lot of storage space or have a lot of SKUs where they have to pay for each one of the bins that their individual SKUs are taking up. So storage is a big one. And then lastly, I'd say those are the big three pricing components, but net payment terms is important to throw in there as well. Maybe your monthly invoices that you're getting, you have net 14-day payment terms or something like that. See if you can extend it out to net 30 or net 60-day payment terms so you can help your cash flow and look to pour more of that money back into marketing or inventory or somewhere else so you can keep growing faster and can get the payment off to your 3PL a little bit further down the line. And then the last thing that I was going to touch on here is, you'll get to the point where maybe your 3PL won't play ball with you and they won't budge on the numbers, but you still want to see what other rates are out there. You absolutely should do that. And that is one of the great ways that Fulfill.com can help out is our free fulfillment finder service. So you come to us, you can give us the pricing you have at your existing 3PL, give us your scope of work, and for free, we will run that information against the hundreds of 3PLs we have compiled on our network and find you a warehouse with comparable or better service and better pricing or potentially much better pricing. It's impossible to do this by yourself because if you were to do that, you would have to manually meet with each 3PL, lock meetings up with them, work through their account executives that don't have access to all of their information. It's just a process that takes weeks and weeks and weeks, and you still don't have a full analysis of everything in the industry. So this is the path that I would recommend going. If you're okay with your 3PL from a service perspective, they're doing a good job, still look to negotiate and get the best bang for your buck. And then if you're having doubts or there's quality concerns or you just want to see what else is out there from a pricing perspective, come to us at fulfill.com. We will help you out and get this done in under 10 days, typically, depending on your guys' scope. We'll do it for you for free, and we'll see if there's something else better out there. Thank you, guys.